I'm a liar who's too short to even reach his goal. There we go. Still don't know it's Australia.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Menners Live, the final episode for this season. Great to have all the viewers here. I am aware that there is a small faction that are attempting to ruin tonight's show, and all I would say to those fucking sad cunts on Discord is go back to playing Call of Duty. That's all you're good for. Go back and suck on your mother's breast, because obviously you missed out on that growing up, you fucking pathetic load of turds. Fuck you to all the haters who want to come after the show tonight. I'm fucking ready for you, so bring it on, you absolute fucking dropkicks. So that's the first thing, the opening message. But look, tonight's show, obviously, I want to start off by talking about Kirk's break. Everybody was sad, but with great sadness that I received the news on Monday that he needed to take a break. The seriousness of the situation was evident straight away from his tweets. It's just sad that he has to suffer like that. I mean, we all love the guy and admire him and want him to be happy and healthy. And, it's a struggle to see him, just go up and down like that so quickly. And, I found it, very confronting coming out of such a beautiful weekend where there was so much love around for him to, then have to, seek, pretty serious treatment by the sounds of things. It's hard. And Kirk gets a lot of criticism from people that don't know him because they think he's an asshole, but it's just not true. I mean, Kirk has a massive heart. He's fucking got a heart. If we were in Australia, we'd say he's got a heart the size of Phar Lap. You can go and Google that, who's our most famous racehorse. But, Kirk just has this massive heart. He's so passionate about everything, not just his work. You can see he's a good friend to his good friends. Like, he has very strong relationships. He gives a lot to the Minifan community. When we saw on the weekend, he is said many, many times he's not a social person, yet Saturday, even Friday started, he went on that horrible show, Mike and the Minifans. I mean, he gave so much of himself last weekend in Sarko to the fans. He showed what, a genuine person he is. I mean, he's not a very comfortable person in social situations, yet he threw himself into that weekend with great vigor, and you just have to admire him. And I can't imagine what it's like to have suicidal thoughts. I've had bouts of anxiety and depression, but I've never thought that I wanted to end my life. I've never felt that I couldn't go on. There's always been that little bit of hope for me when I've been in those, really dark times. I've always had a little sort of glimmer of hope at the end, whether that's your family, whether that's the next Kirk Minahan show, whether that's your next podcast, whatever it is. I've always had something to keep me going. And I can't imagine what it's like to be in such a deep, dark place that that is extinguished, and the voices in your head and the dark feelings get so powerful that you can't control them anymore. For me, that is hard to comprehend. But then, when I do think about sort of try and put myself in his shoes, you just think that must be such a horrible feeling. And another thing is, when the feelings get worse is when you're around people that are happy. So I'm sure Kirk had some of these feelings on the weekend at Sarko. And, when you're around a lot of people that are really happy and you aren't happy yourself, it can reinforce to you that sort of, I guess, those sort of feelings of depression. And it can make it worse because you should be happy. Everybody here is having a great time, but you're depressed and you're sad. So, I feel really bad for him. We shouldn't forget how fucking brilliant he is at doing his job. So he's able to mask this illness all the time. He's able to go on there, 2-3 hours a day and do shows for us. He's able to do live performances when this is going on. Like, he has that sort of talent that he's able to completely mask it. And he has let us into his depression and his illness in the past. And at the moment, you know, he will talk about it. But I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. We're just getting the very, you know, a tease of what it is. You know, it would be with him all day, every day. And yeah, he's so talented to be, and so, I guess, not brave, but he is brave, but he's just got this amazing ability to put that all aside and week after week produce amazing content for us. So, yeah, it's just to be admired. Also, on the other side of things, though, there is, you know, quite, you know, history is littered with a lot of examples of people that are geniuses. And, you know, I would put Kirk in that category. He, as I've said, is, you know, the best broadcaster I've ever seen. And a lot of those people with brilliant talents do have, you know, struggles with mental illness. I don't know why that is, whether the illness gives you kind of depth and range. And I don't know, but, you know, you look at great artists, musicians, you know, it's just, history is littered with examples of, you know, geniuses that have struggled with mental illness in the background. And I would put Kirk in this category as a genius. There was also the question about whether the live shows trigger him. He took a break after the Madawaska thing. And is there a bit of a, you know, Kirk probably does well with routine. Does a live show, which has a massive high, then always result in a massive low? I know from when I've done like theater and, you know, when I've done performances, you know, when the show's over, when it's the end of the season, you feel like shit. I mean, there is post performance blues. You can have that great high, but, you know, when it's all gone and you're back and you're alone, or whatever Kirk's situation is, how he feels, you know, that can be made worse by the performances. So I wonder if you know, live performances are too high for him. I don't know. It's just a speculation, but I just want to send my love to Kirk, my gratitude for everything he's done for us, the Minifans, for me, in particular, shitting on me all the time. It is, you know, much appreciated, and I just hope he can get the appropriate treatment, and that is not guaranteed. So I just wish him the best of luck. I send him all my love. So yeah, it's been hard. I have to say, you know, he is someone that we all really want to be around and healthy, and just seeing him on the weekend at Sarko and then seeing that tweet the next day was very, very painful. Now to people that suicide would be good for. So there's no doubt that Zonka and the return of Murchison has played into this bout for Kirk. So I know Zonka likes the show. So if you're watching Zonka, I'll make it very clear, you are nothing but a sad, desperate loser. Your brain is deformed. I don't know when that started, but you are literally a dummy. I mean, you were on that fucking shit show last week, Barstool, telling fucking KFC, oh, I can write. You can't write. You're a fucking drug-addled moron. Your brain doesn't work. You can't even think properly. I mean, you read the shit that comes out of your mouth that you put on paper. It's fucking... my 14-year-old daughter could put together a better argument than you. And you try and act all smart, and that you fucking, oh, you're doing good. You're trying to sort of end racism. You're not. You're just a fucking sad, lonely troll. And all you want is attention. You're just desperate for any type of attention because you've probably been ignored your whole life because you're fucking a load of shit. You can't talk. You can't write. You can't think properly. I mean, I don't know what more you want me to say, Zonka. You're a fucking piece of shit. Go away and never come back. And the fact that you think it's okay to go after someone like Kirk means you fucking have no right to go after anyone else. I mean, that fucking shit you did to Blind Prison Mike, absolute fucking the bottom of the bottom. I mean, you have no right to complain. You were going after Kirk and his advertisers. It's fucking open season on you. You started this, and just go back to your fucking corner and stay there. That's all we want from you all, just to fuck off back to irrelevance, fuck off back to your shitty, insignificant life. I mean, you know what? Fucking kid yourself. Go and fucking jump off a bridge. Honestly, who would fucking care? See your fat body float past and just let it disappear. Oh, you fucking make me sick. Oh, look. The fact that you tried to suck up to me as well recently, just fuck off. Never contact me again. Never contact Kirk's advertisers again. Go away, Zonka. Go away. Go and listen to the Grateful Dead by yourself. Smoke a bit of weed and let your brain just fucking melt. Oh, it makes me sick, that cunt. And to Bob Murchison, did your wife finally leave you because you keep borrowing her dresses? Again, Murchison, you're nothing more than a thug and a bully, and you clearly have severe sexual repression. What you should do is go and get a dress on, go and get 5 guys to peg you because that's what you want. You fucking, you and Zonka should just go and fucking jump off the same bridge together. Hold hands and do it. Honestly, fucking do it. Ugh. All right. Going to take some calls in a minute. Before that, I just got a couple of sound bites from, the first one's from a good friend of the show, Ned Snark.
I just wanted to point out that to those Minifans that couldn't be here, Menner's down under, his country's
Thank
in
you.
lockdown. He couldn't make it. Adam, of course, is observing his religious traditions.
Who gives a shit?
They would like a shout out.
I don't care. What are you, Jerry
This
Rice?
is second breakfast. She
What
can't
do we
make it
got?
either.
$25 from
Yeah.
7-Eleven in Richfield, New Jersey. Here's Stephen Eady.
There is
Labor Day
there is-
1981.
Not to drop a Robinson, but there is a real FOMO by those who can't make it.
Well, Kirk was having none of that, but there was a real FOMO. I can tell you, I was desperate to be in Sarko, and from 10,000 miles away, I know some of you fucking dumb yanks struggle with that concept. I'm 10,000 miles away. I could feel the love coming out of Sarko. I mean, you could feel the Minifan love in the air. It was a beautiful thing. I mean, I don't know. It seemed more relaxed than Madawaska. I think there was a bit of tension around everyone getting together for the first time and no one's really sure. You know, there's a lot of shit talk on Twitter. There's a lot of assholes. But it seems like, apart from the car alarm guy, when you all get together, it's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I was desperate to be there. I cannot wait to be a Minifan event one day. I don't know when. But yeah, it just seemed like an amazing weekend. And I just love all the Minifans. I've got to say, even the real ones that give me shit, I still, the Minifans are a beautiful group of people. So yeah, and that weekend just looked amazing. And I'm sad that Kirk couldn't be in studio this week to accept the adulation he deserves. He brought us all together. This is his vision. And now, instead of being here this week to have fun, to laugh about it, to shit on Mike, to shit on the Minifans, he's probably in a mental institution, or he's with a psychiatrist. He's taking new medicine. I mean, he shouldn't have to do that. So, I'll say it again. Those fucking assholes, Zonka and Murchison, fuck off. Leave him alone. Let him come back to us instead of fucking trying to destroy his life. It's just the most pathetic thing. And then for Zonka to complain about people going after him, you fucking hypocrite. So yeah, really sad that Kirk can't be around to suck up Sarko, because just both shows sounded great. So yeah, just really hit home. But Michael Geary, that fuckhead, said something on Friday night that may have triggered some emotions.
I was talking with someone before the show, and it's funny that Menners at this point just does a show to give people a platform to make prank
phone calls.
Yeah. And there's no one watching it really, and that's not shitting on him. It's just there's not particularly an audience for an angry man yelling at people you don't know for no reason.
That's true.
But I like that he still does it. Ned Snark, thank you for joining us.
It wakes you up in the morning, though. If you watch his,
Does wake you up in the morning.
I do not.
I do, and it gets you going.
It gets your juices flowing.
Exactly.
I can only imagine.
There you go.
Kirk said he does not listen, yet he seems to know everything I say on the show all the time. So not sure how that worked. Maybe someone's sending him a transcription. So Mike Geary, the literal, said to me he doesn't know why I'm doing this show. I went back through the views. He does Drop the Mic, which gets less views than this, unless you put Chris D'Elia in the title when he's being cancelled. That's the only one that's got, decent views. He's fucking Everybody Knows We're Lame, or Everyone Knows We're Lame show. I mean, he's saying this show's irrelevant, and he does fucking Life of a Parody, the show, the TV show, review show that fucking disappeared. I mean, for him to criticize me, like, fuck off, Mike. You are in no position. You are literally the worst producer in the whole Minifan world. I mean, I would put fucking Mark Moroso as a better producer than you, and yet you're criticizing my show. I mean, just fuck off. Like, you do the most insignificant shows on the network, which less people watch than this show, and you're criticizing me. I mean, fucking, that really frustrated me. And then that pathetic performance on the Sarko shows both nights. He was fucking horrible. I mean, he's like, his insecurities just take over everything he does, and he just get over yourself. I mean, fucking hell. Oh, this fucking woe is me act. Honestly, fucking there's somebody to beat the shit out of him, beat that stuff out of him, because it's so frustrating to watch. Anyway, so Mike, do not criticize the show again. Where you are sitting, you are in no place to criticize my show. All right, now we'll see if we can get our first call of the night. I'm calling a few people this time as well, so there'll be calls coming in, calls coming out, bit of both.
Hello.
Latino Kirk, welcome to Manners Live. How are you?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm very good, very good. I thought I'd call you, and I want your summation, firstly, of the family vibe around Sarko.
It was great. I mean, I was listening to you before. I agree. I think Sarko was way better than Madawaska. Not because Madawaska was bad or anything. It was because people already knew each other, right? So you had more of like an intimate vibe. Obviously, there were a lot of people that I hadn't met for the first time, but I think people were more, willing to go and talk to each other. Obviously, the weather was better, so a lot of fun. But I have a question for you. How
Yes.
was following everything from 10,000 miles away? How was your FOMO?
It was out of control. It was, I mean, I on the Saturday show, I was literally scrolling through Twitter for every image, every video, every Periscope I could get from Sarko, and it was painful. And then the next performance, I actually thought I can't do that 2 days in a row. The FOMO was too much, so I sort of hung back a bit.
Oh yeah, I was feeling the same on Sunday. I wasn't there. I was like, oh fuck, I should have just stayed. And listening to the podcast was not the same thing as being there in person. So it's I feel for you. I hope you can come to a gathering next time.
Yeah. How many people would you say was there?
I don't know, maybe 500, 600.
Wow.
On Saturday. I don't know about Sunday, but they said it was about the same. So it was a good crowd. Like that crazy BPM guy. He had this huge van and a tent set up. Gigan told me the same thing. Like the guys that stayed on the back, like set up huge tents and just, had fun.
Yeah.
Awesome event.
Yeah, I actually not so much worried about the shows. Obviously, the shows are a big thing, but I think, like a lot of other Minifans, it would just be great to meet, a lot of other fans of that you've only met online.
Yeah, and you probably haven't listened, but DSC talked on his podcast.
No, I listened. I've got some audio to play. Again, R.A. Manners, right again, Manners. I will be proven right very soon. But continue.
I know. I think his idea is good. To have more activities before, the main show. I think that's a nice idea.
Yeah, I agree. You could start at midday and have a show on the hour every hour, sort of leading up to the main show. Manners Live. We could go. This show could go on stage one day.
Of course. Yeah, followed by Anal.
Definitely.
Anal going deep.
Yeah. So is it?
Hey.
I don't. Yeah, actually, for Anal second's usually better.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. LK wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hey, Manners.
Hey, Mrs. LK. How are you?
I'm good. I've been listening along.
What are your thoughts on the show so far?
I love your show, and I'm sad that you're going on hiatus.
Just a little break. I'll be back in the fall.
I'll be looking forward to it. Yeah, Sarko was great. Wish you could have been there. And I don't want to say anything negative, but for me, the the show portion of Sako was almost anticlimactic because I think meeting the Minifans and hanging out for hours was just, it was amazing.
Mm.
My husband just disavowed me, so maybe I should stop.
No, that's fine. Those, I can see what you mean. I mean, the real highlight probably is meeting everybody. And I will say the Minna ladies looked fucking hot on the Saturday.
And I don't know if you heard, but there were so many Minna ladies there. Like I was shocked. Like lots of people commented, "Oh, we thought this was going to be a sausage fest." It was not. There was a good male to female ratio, and I agree. Like I think the most of the women there were pretty damn hot. Not only temperature wise, but like smoking.
Did we see any like cars moving at any stage? Any Minifan hookups?
Nothing that we're willing to share on the air.
Oh, damn. Well, all right. Well, thank you.
All right. Well, have a good night.
Thanks
or a
for
good day.
Thanks for the call. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was the LKs. The LKs. All right. So I guess before we take calls, I just want to address a huge Twitter fight we had on Monday night. There was a huge Twitter fight on Monday night between Matt Carano and John from Scranton. Now, Matt Carano, bad fucking day, buddy. I mean, where did your brain go that night? You had too much to drink at Sako and fucking brain cells are all fucked up because A, the issue itself, you're wrong. But B, going after another Minifan, the night Kirk has said he's taking a break, and to do it so publicly and then to start tagging Kirk, I mean, that was fucked, mate. Matt, that was just really, really bad stuff. I mean, not only, I'll get to the issue, but just the timing and tagging Kirk. I mean, take a look at yourself, Carano. You're not a dummy from Discord. You've been married 10 years. You're a smart guy. Deep down in your heart, you know that was fucked up. You know that was wrong. You need to reach out to John and you need to apologize. Now, the issue was Matt is saying two people at Sako told him that John from Scranton is still in touch with Zonka. So Matt just thinks, yeah, I'll just believe everything I hear. I'll just, two random people tell me something, fact. I mean, anyone that listens to the Minahan show, the KMS show, will know, just fucking like go on and take rumors to be fact. That's very poor for a start. And then to obviously attack him publicly, but then when the facts came out, clearly this was just a misunderstanding. And, John from Scranton has not been in touch with Zonka. The John's biggest problem is he wants to be liked by everyone. So he couldn't actually block Zonka. He just ignored every message Zonka sent him. He actually should have just blocked him weeks ago. But, John's a nice guy. He wants to be, he's obviously got this insatiable need for everyone to like him. But he never responded to Zonka at all. So I'm not sure what John did wrong there. If someone sends you messages and Zonka has found one Twitter account that I haven't blocked him on and he sent me messages there. So, what can you do? You just fucking ignore them and then you block him. I mean, so I don't know what John was supposed to do. And then there was an issue that was brought up. John produces another podcast. They were considering having Zonka on. John told him to fuck off straight away. So again, what the fuck has John done wrong? And we had DMs being shared. But yeah, Carano, bad fucking day, buddy. I mean, Penis Head Chris needs to sit you down and give you a good talking to because just poor taste. The Minifans are trying to come together, not be divided. And I thought what you did was pretty low. I've said, Zonka's a piece of shit. But, John from Scranton is not his, they're not conversing or anything. So just fuck off. I mean, really, it was bad stuff. And I would advise John to block Zonka on every account now, you fucking idiot. I mean, does it matter that some fucking psychopath doesn't like you? Jesus Christ. I mean, who gives a shit if someone doesn't like you, John? Fucking get over it. I mean, well, anyway, So before we take more calls, I want to talk about my good friend DEC. So he's been stealing content, both memes and video content. So there was a skit played on Sunday night show at Sarko that seemed to be very similar to Rob from Madawaska's Some Insane News concept. So I sort of had to step back at this one and think, does Rob have a legitimate gripe here with DEC? And as much as I think DEC might have borrowed the concept, but I don't even think DEC watches the YouTube stuff. I would think we've got a little bit of a Steve from Providence quiz situation. Like, I don't think Madawaska Rob invented news parodies, unless I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he didn't invent that style of humor. So I don't think DEC did much wrong there. But DEC has been stealing memes, especially about me eating ice creams and looking very short. Well, I have to say that image was altered. The perspective's out. I'm not that short. I'm 5 something. Just now, after the recent, the recent Menas v DEC fight, I reached out to DEC's former co-host, the great MHB, and I asked him for on-the-record comments about DEC. And MHB, being the great writer he is, he even gave it to me in the third person. So this is what I got. MHB believes that Menas is right about DEC. MHB believes that DEC's show has floundered without him, and the Week in Review was only successful because of Rich Kelleher's help. So that is MHB's response to the great battle between Menas and DEC. He's on my side, and he would like to do a show with me one day. So yeah, that's fantastic. Now, I said all along that I thought underneath it all, DEC was a sick fucking asshole. And, a lot of people have said to me, oh no, you're right. He's so nice. He's always nice to me. Right again, Menas, and came straight from the horse's mouth. Have a listen.
Yeah, if you peeked under the hood, you wouldn't be so nice to me.
Listen to this.
You wouldn't be loving of me if you really knew what was going on.
Listen.
This is an act. I'm not speaking from Kirk. I'm speaking for myself, but I could use that.
Truth comes out.
This is fraudulent. If you really understood who I was, if you got to know
this one,
if I let my guard down,
yep,
you would see something ugly and black.
Yes, indeed. I would play it again for effect, but I think we all got
the hood. You wouldn't be so.
Yeah. So,
nice
you all think I'm fucking just talking out of my ass when I was criticizing DC. He admitted it. So right again, Menas, right again. All right, let's open up the phone lines, intern Nick, and we'll see what's in stall. And while we're waiting for the first calls, I'll take the call. I'll talk about my break in a minute. Hello. Yes.
Menas. Few things. Can you let me?
Depends what shit is going to come out of your mouth, asshole.
Okay. Well, you're missing out on a big opportunity now to team up with a very drunk Cullinane.
I did see that there's something going on online about that.
He's hammered and he's going after DEC. There's nothing else going on. I think it's a good time to team up with him. He doesn't care about any shows he's on. Team up with him. Second thing, Menas, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way.
Okay.
All right? You're going to take it the wrong way.
What?
I think it's time to bick the head. What do you think? It's time to bick the head?
I agree. I'm thinking about that, actually. Going really short. Really short.
And I think that's Menas, that's all I got. I'm glad
Thanks
to get.
for calling.
I called 33 times, but I'm glad I got through.
Thank you.
Keep on keeping on.
Yes, the hair is going. But my dad was already bald by this age, so I've done pretty well. You can't have it all. You can't have good looks, talent, and hair, clearly. So just quickly, while we're waiting for the next, we'll take this call and then hello. Hey, asshole, what's up?
Hey, buddy.
I knew your voice, venereal disease. Don't worry. I know your monotone, boring voice as soon as it comes on.
Actually, I was actually about to compliment you if you let me get a word in. I think it's a great show so far. I agree with all your DEC takes, but I wanted to ask you about something else. Don't you think, during this time in Kirk's hiatus, this would be a great time for, Mike to step up and really do a bunch of content? It's specifically, you can speak from your experience with the Minifan Mash, putting stuff together when it's needed. And what do you think about Mike's reluctance just to kind of take things by the horn and start cranking out
VD,
content?
this is no surprise. The guy's a fucking loser. I mean, he's just got this self-defeating attitude. On the weekend, I thought it was fucking pathetic the way he carried on. I'm sick of it. Stop putting yourself down. Let us do it. We can do it fine. You don't need to do it for us. But he did say on Go for Geary tonight,
Right.
he did say that he wants to do extra shows. So they're going to be awful. I mean, his instincts are just to fucking, what's he going to do? A Seinfeld review show now? A Seinfeld review show? Or, is he going to do more
Right.
Cheers shows? I mean, fucking hell.
Well, his instinct is to say, oh, well, whatever I do is going to stink anyway, so why does it even matter? Which just isn't conducive. And
Yep.
I listened back to Kirk's first show back after his last hiatus, and he spends about 10 minutes in it burying Mike for, he's like, oh, I was gone, and all Mike did is, 3 YouTube shows a week. Wow, really impressive. And it's kind of crazy to see him just kind of doing the same thing this time. Like, when's he going to learn?
Yeah, I'll run this by you, VD, and I don't know if you're the right person to, but you're here, so I'll do it anyway. I think there would be,
I am he.
it would be good to have, and sorry, John from Scranton, but a KMS network podcast feed where we can put audio from some of these shows in a podcast feed, and perhaps Mike could do like a little solo, some podcasts or something. But I think we need to branch out from just doing YouTube stuff when Kirk's away. Well, obviously, no one can touch his feed. That's his feed. But I don't know why there can't be an alternative feed that is set up for this sort of B-level content. And my thing about that is, say, for example, something would happen between Barstool and Kirk and they took the main feed away, you'd already have a second feed with subscribers ready to go. You could just bunt us all out and put the main show in there. So, yeah, I think like Mike's got to use his imagination.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thanks for the call, VD.
I love you.
Bye-bye. That was the great venereal disease. Yeah, so I'm taking a break from the show. I had decided this before Kirk announced his break. It's nothing serious. I just have a lot of work at the moment. One of my family members is not well at the moment, so I need to devote some time to that. So just taking a break till the fall book. Menace Live is not going anywhere. So I'll be back. It's just coincided with Kirk's break. So that's all. I should be available for it. There's going to be some extra shows while, on the YouTube. I know there's a few people coming up with, bad idea after bad idea, but at least there'll be something there. And, I'll hopefully jump on at some stage. Just Menace Live will be back in the fall for season 2 with a new producer. So this is the final episode of Nick Streeter's producing of Menace Live. And Nick has been a fantastic producer. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. What do you got, dickhead?
Centers.
Spit it out.
Why is Cullinane such a bonehead?
Okay, so I'm usually a Cullinane guy, but I don't know what triggered. Why do you say that?
Have you seen what's going on Twitter right now?
Well, what did he that he's been asking DC?
I don't know. I said I'm Team DEC, and he sent a meme of someone from Team America puking. But I don't know what the hell's going on. I thought he was getting shit for like interrupting Jerry on his podcast when Jerry was saying stuff about Kirk, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't think did DC say anything about Cullinane in that shitty podcast they did this week, or I don't know.
Which one? The one with the
Minifan
Tara, or
show.
the other one?
The Minifan show. It wasn't too bad. Everyone apart from DC was good, but yeah, I don't know where this has come from. Let's be honest. It sounds like Cullinane's been drinking for 5 days straight. So I think him and Carano are in the middle of some fucking bender.
Oh, Carano too?
Oh, Carano's lost it. Had his little bit of showbiz fame at Starco. Fucking, putting videos up on the screen got him all fucking ahead of himself.
I know, it's crazy. Like the whole like infighting thing. I think he was like fighting with John from Scranton. It's just like I don't know what has gone into people, but like Kirk's, like,
you know me.
right
I'm
now,
not
it's,
about
like, not the
infighting.
time.
Yeah, I'm not about infighting.
Yeah.
I'm a gentle soul.
I'm about the jokes.
Yes, I need to work on them.
I did want to say something about Mike.
Yes, please.
You probably
get it
already
off.
said it, but
Can I just ask? Can I ask you something first?
yeah.
He looks massive to me, Mike, at the moment. And this is not fat shaming, but he looks like from Madawaska to now, he's like doubled in size. Like all he's been doing is eating for 3 months.
Yeah, but I can't blame him because he's got, the disability. I mean, it's
I'm
not
pretty
like he
sure
can just go
a
out for a
blind person
run.
can get on an exercise bike or a treadmill or something. I mean, he's blind. He's not like Ted in a wheelchair.
I don't know what his experience is like, so it's hard for me to say. But I mean, I think it kind of ties into him not putting in that extra effort. Like,
Yeah.
do you think if he did get skinny, they'd call him like Skinny Mike instead of Blind Mike?
Yeah. I don't know. They did find another name for him. Don't worry. I just like to see him fucking do something good while Kirk's off.
I hope so.
But yeah, he
'Cause,
looks
like,
huge.
I'm so sick of hearing him. Yeah, he does look. He did look a little bigger than probably he wants to, but
I mean,
I don't know.
I just care about him, and he's a young man. He should look after himself. I know Aquaboggin had to get all their rides that he was on service because the sort of load that he put on them really stressed all the structures. So they've had to go and have all their rides looked at. So I just think it's something he needs to look at.
Yeah, I guess it just kind of ties into him just not putting in like a big enough effort. Like he wasn't prepared with the stand up.
No, he I'm going to say this, but I don't mean it to be that he just lacks vision. Like he producing, I say Mike and the Minifans is the real example of this. He's on the Kirk Minahan show. His show on the YouTube network should be the best on the network. He should be the most talented person on the YouTube network, and his show fucking sucks all the time. Oh, good call. So yeah. So I'm taking a break. I love the Minifan world, but it does suck me in. So that's why the show's taking a break. Hello.
Hello. I'd like to rat on Fez.
Yeah, go on.
So on the rundown on June 5th, he was on that, and he was asked if he was going to go to Saco. And he said, no, I'm going on vacation. He kind of stuttered. And he didn't think anyone would ask where, but someone asked, where are you going to go, Fez? He's like, I'm going to go to North Carolina. Well, Saco came around, and I asked him, why aren't you in North Carolina? And he claimed he lied. And the question is, why is he sucking up to Minifans? I thought he was such a tough guy.
Yeah, Fez is not a real fan of the show. Again, he's a bit like Zonka. He's just desperate for some attention and validation. And, he looks like a fucking dipshit. So no doubt his life is fucking pathetic. And, this is his, he makes a few, memes about someone and he gets a little, shot of adrenaline and shot of endorphins because someone replied to him. But he's not a real fan of the show. I've heard that he's, quite generous to other Minute fans if they need help. So, I will put that out there. I don't know if that's true. I've never seen evidence of it. I don't believe it. Looking at him. What?
I doubt it. I doubt he helped anyone. I think he's a poor man's gig. His gifts are not as good as gigs.
I know. And I wonder if he's been stealing the gig, them like DEC has been.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a quick question for you, too.
Yes.
I got a quick question for the Menners man, too.
Yes.
Menners, you were on Mike and the Minifans when he was being this crybaby self, and you just sat there and you just let him ramble on about how he's going to spike his own career. You and DEC were just like, you know what? You should never stand up for Kirk. You should just, you know what? You're never going to be a real host. And he just sat there. And I remember listening, you guys just sat there quietly. Why don't you just tell him to be a fucking man?
Was that when I was on after the great DEC and fight? I was fucking hardly listening by that stage. But yeah, I actually want to get Mike on this show and coach him. I think Mike needs a mentor, and I would like to be that mentor. Reach out to me, ask me for advice. I think he needs some guidance.
All right, good man. That's what he needed in the moment. I'm sitting there going, screaming at home, like, help this boy. And you guys sat there and he just let him do his whole thing. But all right, you're gonna mentor Mendez. All right, very good.
Mentor Mendez. That's it.
I'll see you later.
Free service. Thanks for the call. Let's call John from Scranton. Nick, I'm just calling John from Scranton.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Johnny. How are you?
I'm good. What's up, buddy?
Have you blocked Zonky yet, dickhead?
I don't know. I don't think I blocked anyone ever.
Okay, so I said this on the show before.
I muted a bunch of people this week, though.
What?
That was the first time I ever did that.
Who did you block?
No, I just muted.
A few people, yeah.
I think I muted everybody that fucking liked something Carano said. I was like, I'm gonna be a cunt about it.
You need. That was an odd noise. You need. What are you doing?
No, it was Gig was calling me.
Okay, you need to block people like Zonka because this I said it before on the show. This fucking insatiable need of yours to be liked by everyone is your biggest
right,
downfall.
man.
Like
all those moons ago, you were right.
Well, I said it again tonight. I mean, block Zonka. And I blocked him, and then he found the one fucking cricket account that I hadn't blocked him on, and he fucking started messaging me there.
I don't think I could block him on Twitter. He has my phone number.
We can block everybody. You can block everybody on your iPhone, John.
Yeah.
I know. You'd stay up at night to think,
I got into a fight with Carano about a guy I haven't talked to in that long. It was pretty funny. I thought Carano was like joking about it when he actually brought it up. And now he's still, I think, pretty dead set on it. So good luck to him in his investigation. We know how those go against me. I will surely become.
Well, no, I said it on the show. You've been very upfront. Zonka messaged you, a lot of times. You never replied, which was the right thing to do. Now you should block him and accept the fact that, he's going to know you don't like him. Imagine that, John. Somebody knows you don't like him. How will you sleep? Come and help me. I blocked someone. Help.
Menders, how is our plan to take down Kirk going to go through if I block him? That's the real question.
That's it.
How is our diabolical plan going to go?
Exactly. So
how's the show going? I didn't know Fez. I just started listening. I didn't know Fez was so self-deprecating.
Was that Fez on the line?
I don't know. No, I thought it would be funny if it was Fez.
He
would have got you. So he would have fucking played you for a fool if it was him.
Anyway, well, he was.
Did you watch the show yesterday? I thought it was a pretty good one. I thought you were gonna.
Okay, so let's do it. It's in my We'll just do the bit of the mincel of the YouTube rap. So this is my notes. First sentence: never has any show fallen so far so quickly. That's my first note. Will sounds like he was completely messed up in Sarko, which is no surprise. Phil slept through the whole show, and when you spoke, you couldn't hear him.
Hey, but he's getting better at cricket, and he's getting better at falling asleep on the show.
Yeah,
so you can't blame him for that. He is advancing skills, so we're getting better.
And you were wasted and tired from the weekend. So you had this thing where you were all just speaking at the same time. You, Will, and BA would just speak at the same time.
I pulled into my driveway 2 minutes before we started that show.
Yeah, you told us all. And then you stick a fucking joint or durry in your mouth while you're online. So I guess, yeah, the show wasn't good. I actually did use it to fall asleep last night, so that was fine. I didn't hear the last 15 minutes.
We're here to provide it.
I'm going to give you one bit of advice, John. One bit of advice that has become very clear to me. Like, you've got to do something about the camera angle for your shows because it makes your nose look massive and you look like
it is massive.
Yeah, but
it is massive.
When the camera angle, you look like a pedophile on the YouTube shows. But when I saw photos of you at Saco, you look like a handsome man. So you got to sort out the camera angle because. I reckon you'll have those pedophile hunters around your house soon.
It's so big of a nose, I can't even hide it. It's too big. The lighting, you can't even fix the lighting.
Well, I think you could move the angle further back so we get like a different view.
I need a makeup person.
And then you wouldn't have like this schnoz and cigarette fucking in the camera the whole time. I mean, you wonder why Kirk fucking hates you. It's because you fucking look disgusting. I mean, he hates smoking and you sit there fucking smoking into the camera. It's the fucking, gross. All right, well, anything else before I fuck you off?
Manners.
All right, bye.
I'm Manners. I love you, Manners. Bye, buddy.
John from Scranton. All right. Well, let's do the YouTube wrap, Nikki, and then I'll take a few more calls and then we'll call it quits on season 1 of Manners Live. So the YouTube stuff, the OG Minifans show, Kirk's favorite show. It's been a massive week for them. 3 shows in the last week. We had TJ's Guide to Maine. Then we had the live show at TJ's friend's house. And then we had the Saco wrap up on, it would have come out Monday, US time. So good as always. Great shows. Kirk says it's his favorite show. I'm not sure about that. But I want some footage of Steve from Providence on the weekend. I want to get a gauge of how fucked up he was because when he told the stories about his weekend, I was listening to a fucking teenager. Like he drives up there, he doesn't book a hotel, basically gets so wasted on Friday night that he ends up sleeping in his car in a fucking car park at the casino or something. And then he's talking about like taking a shit in the car park in the middle of the night and putting it in his sock. So, I want some images of how fucked up Steve was. And then he told this story about he went to a gym to have a shower, like normal thing for a fucking father of I don't know how many kids he's got, but I don't know. So, he spent all night in his car. He's fucking wasted. He goes to a gym to have a shower and a bit of a workout. And he talked about, encountering an old guy with a massive cock. And then that night, apparently, he was wandering around asking to blow all the Minifans. So it sounds like a fucking mess. I mean, Steve from Providence sounds like he was the most trash. Maybe the Led Zeppelin guy was, but Steve from Providence sounds like I want footage. If any of you got any photos or footage of Steve from Saturday, it probably won't be made public, but please send it to me. Just I'd love to see it. I did laugh that Steve from Providence said that although Kirk keeps saying it's his favorite show, no one's watching it. I think it probably gets less views than this show, but I enjoy it. I do enjoy TJ, Tim, RA, and Steve chatting. I think they are nice guys to listen to talk. They're all smart. You get a bit of madness, but you also get a bit of, good takes on the show. Like they've all been Kirk fans for so long. They really know him. So yeah, good show from the OGs. Next show, Some Insane News, Madawaska Robs. So there was a claim made that this is my car. Well, it's not my car. When you look at it in the mirror, it comes across as ass sex. I mean, I did not know that when I ordered the number plate. So it was just a coincidence. But this is a tough one because I don't like to get personal with people. But Madawaska Rob, there were some disturbing scenes in his show about his kids talking about Rob's penis size. Now, I've got a daughter and a son. I've never had that conversation with them. What do you think about my penis size? So I'm worried about, what Rob is doing with his kids for them to say that. And, I don't know if there's a department we can contact near him. Maybe there should be a check done on what's going on in Madawaska Rob's house. But I found that very disturbing that his own kids are so interested in their father's penis size. So as I said, I think if anyone knows Madawaska Rob and knows where he lives, I think, a little visit by someone in charge of child welfare would be appropriate right now. After that, so it just makes me feel uncomfortable even talking about that. But I just feel we're getting a shit ton of calls. All right, in a minute, Nick. And last two, the All Aboard. Despite the rumors, All Aboard was not the reason Kirk is taking another break. In fact, the last episode was probably their best. And LK has called into question Steve's pissing story, saying that it is quite hard to do. But I think we saw Big Cat and KFC do it really easily. So I think the pissing story is true. And so All Aboard's getting better. Again, Ned Snark, Adam, and LK, they're getting a bit tighter. They're not rambling so much. And again, it's a bit like the OGs. They're just three nice guys having a chat. And, I don't think anyone would find it entertaining unless you're sort of really close to the Minifan world. It's not like who gives a shit what these fuckers say. But because I love them, I'm enjoying it. But I don't know if I'd recommend it to anybody because, and the final one is the KMS rundown. So Menas Baggins, no relation. Ziggy Robinson and Red were the hosts. It was fine. It has a nice somber tone to it now, the rundown. Used to be fiery and exciting. Now it's quite pleasant. And I've dubbed it now the turn down because when you put the rundown on, it's time to turn down the sheets and get in bed and have a bit of a snooze while you're listening. So the rundown or the turn down. And that show was sponsored by Slap Chop, which has been chopping off Mena's nuts since 2020, produced by DEC. False. My nuts are still here. All right, Nick, open the phone lines up. Open them up. So, that was, a quietish week on the YouTube because people were in Saco. Hi.
Hey, Menners, Stimman86.
Hey, it doesn't sound like you, but hey, what's up?
Yeah, you were missed at Saco. It was a great time. I was with DJ K most of the time. It was pretty hot, but not too bad. Much hotter than Michigan, but you know what they say about weather in New England. If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes. My favorite part of the show is when Mike showed his fun bags. I've got some big fun bags, but not as nearly as big as Mike's. Mike also has cool sunglasses, but not nearly as cool as mine.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. You're not that's Stim Man. I will fucking eat my shorts. That is no way that was Stim Man. No fucking way. No way. I would like to make Stim Man and DJ K. I mean, DJ K is fucking gone, like absent. As soon as Kirk clipped his nuts, that was it. Gone. Hey, caller, what's up? What do you got,
Hello?
fuckhead?
Hello?
Hello, shithead. Spit out the fucking trash that you got coming out of your mouth.
Menners, I love you.
Great. I don't love you. Who are you?
I'm your number one fan, Menners. I love you. Bye.
Thank you. Love the fans out there. Love the fans. After I told them to fucking die or something. So hey, you're with Menas.
Menas.
What's up?
What's going
Hello?
on?
What? Tell us something. Come on. What do you got?
Hey, is that the real Rich Kelleher in the comments right there trying to get on with you? And if so, do you have any comment on that? And also, I wanted you to address who's fatter, DEC, Blind Mike, or yourself.
Okay. So DEC, I actually think Mike's the fattest, DEC second, me third. I've been counting my calories for the last couple of months. I am trimming down. So never going to be svelte because when you're like 5'8", one, you go out more than you go up. So that's my problem. And as for Rich Kelleher, the phone's open. If he calls up, I'll talk to that asshole. Actually, Rich is all right. He's just insane. Probably not an asshole. Just a lunatic. Hello, Rich?
G'day,
Richard?
mate.
Dick?
This is Jamie from Real Estate for Dwarfs. I'm returning your call. I've got a 2-bedroom for you with the lowered counters so you can reach everything. Mini toilets. Are you still interested, mate?
I'm interested in better material. Like, I think you can do better than me being short.
No, mate, that's pretty much what I got.
Well, go and work on it. Goodbye. I'm going to call this fuckhead. Let's see if we can get BA on. Let's see if call BA and see what that dumb Canadian's got. Who picks up? BA's been.
Hello?
BA, it's Manners.
Oh, yo, hey, what's up?
How are you?
Good, good, good. Are you still on?
I'm still on. We're on air. This is Manners Live.
Oh, nice. How's it going?
Good, thank you. How was your FOMO?
Oh, it was rough. It was rough. Like, I would have loved to do they were calling it the parody account strut on the strip at the drive, and I would have loved to take a couple laps. It would have been awesome. But yeah, FOMO was real. How about you? You probably were missing out too.
Yeah, it was bad. But I was watching the Mincel show yesterday. Your eyes looked strange. Like, I don't know if you're wearing eye makeup or you're just doing a lot of drugs at the moment. Well, what's going on?
Maybe my contacts.
Okay.
I've been working after I partied too hard on my vacation. Now I'm just straight focused on work. So, but it's my contacts. My contacts give me the crazy eyes sometimes,
Yeah, I thought you'd fucking done a load of heroin or something before the show.
Oh no, I wouldn't be talking so much if I did that, right? I'd be more subdued. Maybe I should do something, and then I won't talk over Will and John the whole time.
Oh, it was such a bad show yesterday. I mean, what happened to you guys? You used to be good. You'd have good guests on. You'd buy thousands of views. And now, just I think you got to get rid of Will. Like, honestly, he's dragging the whole show down. He's boring. His connection is always bad. His internet connection always sucks.
I don't know. Will, he gives a dumb line here or there, and he always sparks a good line from the boys. So I think the Mount Rushmore of the Steve's weird quirks, I guess, that was pretty good. I think sometimes, I don't know, it's kind of a lull, but it's summertime, man. It's
summertime, man. Fuck.
I didn't think you were gonna call me. I'm not prepared with anything.
Well, I'm just calling to talk to you and tell you, get your show going better. I would kick Will out and just you and John with the occasional comment from Philip.
Yeah, I always wanted to do kind of a live show like this, but you throw in, you send the StreamYard link to random people and you bring them in and just kind of chirp them. So maybe we could try out a different format.
Yeah, try it while Kirk's away.
Yeah. What's up with you? Did you get your Prince Charles? Did you get the Prince Charles yet or no?
Isn't it the Prince Alfred or the Albert or whatever?
Yeah, Prince Albert. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thanks.
But,
thanks, BA. Bye. Bye.
Well, thanks, man.
As a favorite fat Canadian. All right. Calls are open again, Nikki. We're just going to fucking take calls for a while here. And take calls for a while. Just wait. I'm just going to wait. Nick's been great. Nick's such a good producer. Hello.
Hey, man,
Rich.
it's Joe Hennessy.
No, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Have we ever spoken before?
I got one quick question for you.
Yes.
I'm thinking next season of Menners Live, you need a co-host, and I have the perfect guy. I think it needs to be Gopher Geary.
Do you mean me and Mike?
No, Gopher Geary, the guy who hates YouTube.
Oh, the guy on Twitter. I haven't seen much of him. Okay, I'll try. How are you, Joe?
Don't care.
Yeah. Well, Joe Hennessy, great guy. I mean, he doesn't want me to shout it out, but he did send me some merchandise, which I'm very appreciative of. And then I shit all over him, but whatever.
Beep beep.
Joe Hennessy still follows Zonka on Twitter. That's the sort of
Beep,
shit.
beep.
Hello.
Beep beep.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, Joe and Zonka still good mates. Hello.
Manners, you're a fucking kangaroo, mate. I'll take your answer off the air, pussy.
Shithead. I mean, you know, the material from some of these trolls is awful. I mean, they're why they're talentless fuckers who hide behind parody accounts and sit on Discord and make memes. Oh, you're so clever. Oh, you're so clever. You fucking losers. Hey.
Hey.
What do you got?
Business Dave. It's
Again?
Business Dave again. Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Well, I was just wondering, you know, is there any way that that you would want to buy all the blackmail I have on Red, because he keeps putting me on his terrible show, and you know, I kind of just screw it up and not interesting or important or anything. So wait.
Yeah, I mean, this call's electric. No, I don't want anything on Red. It's okay. No one send me any information about any more Minifans. I retract all my requests. Even Steve.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, VD. Don't get some
fair.
treatment for your penis. Get that sorted out, because your dick will fall off. Eat it like one of those fucking hot dogs we saw Big Cat eating. Hello, and welcome to Manners Live. Hello.
Manners.
Well, there you go. Apparently DC's van was trying. Apparently we hung up on DC's van. Well, you know, you just went beep beep. I don't know what happened. Call back. Well, no, it's you. I feel bad because DC's van's great. One of the best fans going around. A lot of kids though have lost a lot of their innocence there. But all right. Well, I think the calls are drying up. Is that it? Oh, well, I think we're coming to the end of Manners Live. It's season 1. Again, you know, we'll just wait for some more calls. But I just want to say that, you know, this show has started with Menace to Midnight. Had a little spell in the morning. Hello.
Mate,
Hello.
you fucked that kangaroo.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck off, honestly. Yeah, so Manners Live, you know, started, you know, with Menace to Midnight. Probably the most controversial show ever in the KMS Network's YouTube history. You know, then we were shunted to the mornings for a little while. And I pioneered that time slot for the channel. You know, I was one of those, you know, I was like Lewis and Clark, going into the horizon and going into the unknown. Hello.
I'm fucking a kangaroo right now, mate.
Oh, Jesus. Your mother's better in bed, mate. Honestly, fucking loves it. Loves it. So yeah, and then obviously the third version of the show now, Manners Live. You know, a bit earlier so we can get more calls. So yeah, like, I've enjoyed the season. Hello.
Manners.
Yes, who's this?
I have actually enjoyed watching this, as I've called 25 times to try to talk to you. It's Kelleher.
Hey, what's happening, Rich? What do you want to talk about?
Hey, as if you're like, you know, talking to a, you know, ghost of a man. Come on, where's Tough Manners? How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, Rich. What do you want to talk about? Like, you've never been
I mean,
entertaining ever. So let's do something different for a change.
What do you want to do?
I want you to be
want me on
entertaining. You're
top? Do you want
calling
to be on
me.
top? Do you want to be? What do you want to do?
I want you to talk. What have you got for me?
Well, I thought it was interesting that you made the comment that how dare Carano take a rumor and make it true. That was kind of funny to me, considering. But
because what happened to
did
you?
MHB really did MHB really say that about me in the rewind or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yep, 100%. They are on the record quotes by MHB. I reached out to him in a very professional manner. I'll repeat. MHB believes that DEC's show has floundered without him, and the Week in Review was only successful because of Rich Kelleher's help.
God,
Is that true?
I
Have
love
you been
his
helping?
pettiness. I worked on that show for a week and a half in like the beginning, and he used that to try to skewer DEC. That's incredible. No, DEC is a fucking snake, and that audio you played is 100% true because he's got a lot of demons, and he's a very, very vindictive, fucking insecure little twat, and he's just the worst, disgusting person. He's so insecure, and he has this power hold on the whole world. And the power that he has on everyone, including Kirk, Steve, and Mike, is astounding. And it really shouldn't be in the hands of someone like him.
Yeah, and I think he's also like such a psycho. Like he sometimes doesn't even he's not conscious of when he's being a psycho. Like I think he really does, get into this sort of psychopathic, vindictive state where he doesn't really comprehend what he's doing.
He plays off the fat dumb ha ha ha, hey, I'm just DEC over here, when until you actually interact and deal with him. And you can see Cullinane going off right now. I don't know when you started, if you've been checking Twitter, but drunk Cullinane is destroying him.
Good.
And DEC is very dark. DEC has a lot, and until you interact with him on the quote unquote behind the scenes, you don't understand what exactly DEC is really like. But everything that you said, absent of the fight, which I know when you're in a fight, it's kind of hard to get your words across, and I'm with you on that. But no one can really appreciate how truly just dark and vindictive that he really is. And I mean, if anyone with a fucking brain still believes anything about me, like DEC does, for sure.
Yeah. How have you gone lately, Rich?
I can't complain, buddy. Everything's
Did you go to Saco?
Everything's good. Did I what?
Did you go to Saco? No,
I didn't. No, that would have been inappropriate, and it just would have been. It was it's their thing. It's not I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It sucks.
How do you go
but
listening to the
feel
show
right.
now? Do you still enjoy
yeah,
it?
no, of course I do. Yeah, I actually, it's just nice, checking in, listening to things. I mean, at the end of the day, it's if I need to get my kind of quote unquote news or anything, I still like to go there. I think it's been interesting to see K Marco, to see Zonker, to see Murchison back, to see real people that actually really do want to hurt the show, and people's responses to that. But I mean, you got now Red's character assassinated, and I don't care if you have a thing with Red. I mean, he's a good guy, just like you're a good guy. You turn off the mic, you're a good guy too. And I don't know. I think it's just been really weird to see people continue this cancel culture and aggressive let's tear people apart, and Featherston's helping dox people, and I don't know. It's bizarre, but it started with me, and I think that sucks because it hasn't stopped.
Yeah. Well, good thoughts from RK there. Does get a bit messy in the Minifan world sometime, but yeah, I've really enjoyed doing Mena's Live. Nick's been a great producer, staying up late. In Kansas, if you're up past 10 o'clock, that's 2 a.m. in the East Coast. Everyone in Kansas is asleep right now, and he's still up. Hello, caller.
I'm still fucking that kangaroo.
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. All right, well, let's end the show then. Nikki. Thank you, viewers, for watching the final episode of season 1 of Manners Live. I want to thank all the guests that have come on all the shows, Manners to Midnight, Manners in the Morning, and Manners Live. I want to thank Justin for producing the first part of the season. I want to thank Nick for jumping on and doing the second half of the season. We'll be back in for bigger and better than ever. Like, I'm not going to be bigger in size, but the show will be bigger and better. It's been a lot of fun. I hope that a few people get together and put some, better than average YouTube content together while Kirk's on a break. Like all of you, I miss him. I miss the show. I just want him to be happy and healthy. I don't know what that looks like for Kirk, whether that's performing, whether that's not performing. But I think all of us just want the best for him because he gives a lot. That's what frustrates me about, fucking assholes like Zonka and Murchison, that cross-dressing hack Murchison, and that fucking drug-addled moronic piece of shit that is Zonka. They go after someone that actually has a huge heart, who gives a lot to people, and is very smart, and they could all fucking learn something from him. So I just wish Kirk the best. Thanks for watching. Nick, wrap it up.